Hi guys, Lugfuck here and welcome back to another FIFA 17 player review. Today we're going to be reviewing the 86 rated Manchester United striker Anthony Martial. He cost me 516k and in the 8 games that I played with him, he scored me 7 goals and got me 1 assist. He has a high medium work rate along with a 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. So let's now get into his in-game stats and highlights. Okay guys, so going into Martial's in-game stats, the 4 main stats on his card would stand out to me are his 96 acceleration, his 90 shot power, his 88 finishing and his 88 agility. He does have the specialist of speedster, dribbler and acrobat, along with the traits of finesse shot, flair and backs into player. And going towards the highlights that I got of Anthony Martial, I really did enjoy this card. He was expensive, but I did enjoy using him. His first pro for me is his pace. Now, it was very important to him, and it was definitely something that he was able to kind of use to his benefit, basically. So when people would play over-the-top balls or through balls to Anthony Martial, he had the pace as well as the very good acceleration that coming in at 96 on his in-game stats to be able to kind of just go ahead and then put himself into a one-on-one chance. Unfortunately, his one-on-ones weren't fantastic. However, it was very good that he was able to go and kind of create those chances, and then he was also very good that sometimes you could put him into the left wing position and he'd be able to just bomb up that left-hand side and cross balls into the box if you want to kind of play him in that type of way. His second pro for me is his finishing. Now, I know I just said he wasn't good at one-on-ones. His one-on-one chances were okay, however, they weren't brilliant, but his best finishing for me came in areas which were still inside the box, maybe just a little bit outside the box. In particular, his finesse shots. So yeah, his one-on-one chances weren't great, but apart from that, in any other position on the field, when he was surrounded by other players, he was able to find the net in some fantastic areas. And definitely overall, I'd say his finishing was very good. And obviously, the 7 goals in 8 games showing that his finishing was good. His third pro for me is his dribbling. He does have 90 dribbling. Now, if you ever want to go and put him into the left wing position mid-game, because sometimes he actually does drift onto that side, or sometimes I liked to take him into that left-hand side position because he's got the good dribbling and the good paces to bomb up down that left hand side, and then you can cut in with him because he also does have that very good finesse shot, so you can just curl the ball into the back of the net if you did choose to do it like that with him. But overall, his dribbling was very good, and it was obviously another important way of beating the defense. His final pro for me is his positioning. I was very impressed with his positioning as well. He'd always make good runs when my midfield was making through balls or they were making over the top balls to him. He'd make the good run to go and get that ball, which was definitely evidenced a few times, and I think also shown in some of the highlights that I have got. And then also he ever was on, like, he would never drift onto the left hand side. However, he would be sort of drifting off there, which I didn't mind personally. Some people might have a little bit of an issue with that, but I quite liked that because I didn't mind him going onto the left hand side a little bit, because then I was able to cut in with him quite easily. But obviously overall he did stay in that striking position pretty high up the field, which is what I wanted, and he definitely did do that. In terms of his cons, the only real con I have for him is on occasions his first touch wasn't great. There'd sometimes be issues where I would play a through ball or I would play a over the top ball, and his first touch would just let him down. He'd take a poor touch, and then sometimes it was very easy for the opposition just to regain possession of the ball, and that was a little bit frustrating to me. But overall, that's only a bit of a picky con, to be honest. It wasn't that much of an issue in using Martial. Also, I would like to just address his passing and strength. His passing I couldn't really tell because I was playing in a striker position. I wouldn't really recommend playing him as a cam, although you could play him there. You know, his stats are so good for the striker position that I would recommend just playing him as a striker. And in terms of his strength, it didn't feel as good as 83 strength, as 83 physical. I personally thought it was in about the early, like the low 70s to mid 70s area. You know, his strength was okay, but it definitely wasn't at 83, not at all. But overall, I did enjoy this player, and overall I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. He was quite expensive, however, he has decreased in price from around 515k to about 485k, so he's a little bit cheaper now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does go down to maybe around 450 or 400k in the coming days. But anyway, guys, that is going to conclude this review for you guys. I hope you have enjoyed watching it, and I'll see you guys later.